All right, welcome. This is week 2 homework, and the first one that has an accompanying video. Week 1, we just stored the homework requirements on Canvas. Let's actually just jump there real quick here. Just a little reminder, if you go to, here's what our homepage looks like in Canvas. If you drop down, this was week 1 stuff. We had a little summary of what we need to have accomplished before you came back to class. And this week, though, we have a little video that's going to accompany the homework, give you a little more explanation if you need it. And so let's click on the homework. I'll have a link here. I'm making the video before I make the link to the video, so I'll have a link here. You can watch the video if you need to. But the first thing you need to do is you got to complete that virtual field trip presentation that we talked about last week. You had a topic picked out and you got to put that together and submit it through Canvas. You'll want to submit that. Let's go to modules here. You're going to want to submit that where the assignment is located. Virtual field trip right here. There should be a submit button. And when you're done, click on that and then browse and find your PowerPoint and select it and so forth. A little wizard you walk through. All right, and we'll share some of those as well. A couple of them, 2 or 3. I wanted to break it up over a few weeks. You can show us some interesting places that you've come up with. All right, primarily I want to talk about the second half of this homework, which is you get a choice of, we're talking about measuring. Science is about what we can measure. We're restricted by what we can measure. If we can't measure it, it's really difficult to be scientific about it. We can make a rubric or something to try to quantify things that are qualities, but we really want to try to get stuff that we can measure. So we're looking at making measuring devices of our own. So we're two basic ones would be temperature and time. So you get to pick one of those. You're going to make a thermometer or a clock. And I don't care which one you pick, but have one of those built by next week, and so you can share it with the class and we can look at it and see what you came up with and see how it works. And if you build, here I've got a few icons to remind you and some hints. If you go online, there's lots and lots of ways to do this. But for the temperature one, I'm going to just place it on this hot plate and we'll see it if it responds to an increase in temperature. I'm going to look for it to respond to temperature devices. I don't do this a whole lot, but every time when I've done this project, because of like in this example here, the amount of fluid you have to have, there's a time element in stabilizing temperatures that is not very helpful to getting classes rolling along. So I will just be looking for it responding and working properly. And if you decide to do the stopwatch or a clock, then we are going to have a little more fun with it. You can bring it in. And again, there's lots of different ways to do this. These icons on here, right here, are just a reminder of the choices you have. Lots of different ways to build these, most of them quite simple. And you're going to bring it in, and this we'll have a little more fun with. So you have an advantage if you try this one, in that I'll take my stopwatch here and we'll let your clock run for a minute. And we'll synchronize. We'll say, Marcus, set, go. I'll hit my stopwatch and you'll start your clock and we'll let yours run for 1 minute. And then you'll say stop when that minute is up. And I'll look at my stopwatch and we'll see how far off 1 minute we are. So this will be a little bonus, fun little challenge we'll have, and the clock that is the most accurate to a minute. We'll give some of those cards that I talked about, those extra credit cards. You can add those to your collection. I might do first and second place or something, just add a little bit of excitement to the task. So I can't really do that with the temperature very well because of the time element and stabilizing things. It just gets very problematic. So we'll just do it with uh, the clock. And we'll look forward to seeing all the interesting ideas you've come up with and sharing those with the students. It's really kind of fun to see what people can come up with. And that is it. So enjoy, and we'll see you in a week or so.